Buying and selling things on Facebook Marketplace is kind of like gambling. You never know what you're going to get. If you're buying something on Facebook, you might end up going and buying a lemon instead of a couch. If you're selling something on Facebook, someone's most likely going to try and lowball you and buy your house for $20. Well, this woman definitely got more than she bargained for when she tried selling an old iPhone because, well, she ended up coming home with a fan. And I'm not talking about the type of fan that blows on you and cools you down, very nice. I'm talking about a stalker. Stalker that stalked her for 3 years.
It started when Melanie Smith listed an old iPhone for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
And I got this bizarre message from this person that I never met. It had some sexual comments in it.
What followed, she says, has been a total nightmare. 3 years of relentless stalking.
I've carefully chosen you to be a victim, in quotes.
As you can tell right off the bat, this guy's an absolute freak. He's been sending her lingerie as well as other trinkets, one of them which seems to be a nail gun, and then there's a very concerning thing on the table of trinkets that we end up seeing in a second here. But he's been doing this for 3 years. She's made multiple reports. Obviously, apparently nothing comes of that. You report that someone's stalking you, not a big deal, apparently. I can't really work my head around how you put 2 reports in and get to the third and nobody's decided to get off their ass and do something about this. Either way, you let a problem fester like this and it becomes infected, and it got bad.
She says first it was text messages, thousands of them.
What did some of those messages say?
A lot of sexual violent things that he wanted to do to me.
Melanie, a registered nurse, says she never responded. She also blocked him every time, but she says he just used a new number. Next came the gifts sent to her parents' house.
It was one package, then it was the next day, then the next day.
Over 40 pieces of lingerie?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a fucking Molotov? Oh yeah. Nothing to worry about here. Everyone loves sending their friends, their best friends that they don't know, Molotovs. Not a threat. Nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. What's going on? Like, I'm assuming she probably made reports every single time she ended up getting a fucking present from this weirdo. Nothing came of this, especially once she got to a Molotov bottle. Obviously, she might have done something to the bottles, and it looks like, but that's kind of weird. Obviously, that whole table there's meant to be gifts that she was giving her, including a fucking nail gun for some reason. It just blows my mind that nothing was done about this, and it allowed to escalate to what happened next.
She filed dozens of police reports, but says the cops did very little to help. Until one night when he showed up at her parents' home on Long Island at midnight. Her father confronted him.
Do not come onto this property. Don't ever come here again. Do you understand me? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Michael Pasek was arrested later that morning and charged with harassment and stalking.
So this guy, he's a trucker. His name's Michael Pasek. And he ends up showing up at her house out of nowhere. Luckily, there was somebody there with her, because who knows how this would have went down if she was alone. And guess what ends up happening? He does get arrested the very next day, which, good. Something finally came of this. But then, after being held for what apparently it says 90 days, he just gets released because he takes a psychiatric evaluation and off he goes. It makes no mention of restraining orders, no mention of anything like that. He's just free to go. So guess what's happening now?
Spent a grand total of 90 days in jail awaiting trial. But get this, he asked for a psychological examination and then was deemed mentally unfit to proceed with the case. All the charges were dropped and he was released. And Melanie says he went right back to harassing her, and he's still at it.
He sent me a package yesterday to my parents' house.
He sent you a package yesterday?
Yesterday, yep.
Melanie, how do you sleep at night?
I don't sleep well. I have nightmares that include him. I hear the door creak in my bedroom and I'm like, is that him?
I don't know. I feel really bad for this woman. Obviously, he goes right back to it because he didn't get any consequences. Nothing really happened to him. What, he got to sit in a fucking cell? Like, that didn't really do much for him, clearly, because it didn't stop him from going right back to it. Next time, we might not be hearing about an arrest. We might be hearing about a warrant being put out because this woman clearly isn't safe. and she doesn't feel safe. She doesn't sound safe, and she has to live with this for as long as it takes for people to actually decide to do their jobs and get this guy put away, or at least have some sort of protections there for her. This guy, obviously, not mentally well. I think that we can agree that. The psychiatric evaluation said that. Maybe this guy should be put somewhere so that he can get better. Just a thought. Either way, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys next time.